So today I'll be helping you learn how to wheelie and improve your technique. So let's go.
So let's start with the beginning, which is gears. Many people will say that you must start your wheelie on the lower gears, because once you do like a pedal stroke, the front wheel goes up and done, you're in a wheelie. But that's not actually right, because many people will find it harder to use their brake, because when you want to do a wheelie, you want to keep your balance point. That meaning that if your front wheel goes down, you will pedal, and if you go too much backwards, you will use the brake, slightly tap it, to keep your balance. So what I recommend is trying to do it on the middle ones, perhaps switch to a few lower ones, but definitely not the lowest ones. Okay, so the second part is actually getting your front wheel up and starting the wheelie. Most of the people will actually start the wheelie being on their seat and just trying to pedal and pull up their handlebars. But I think it's much harder that way. I say that the correct way to actually do it is being on your attack position and leaning over the handlebars a bit and compressing the fork and sitting on your seat. That way it makes it much easier to actually start it. Except that, of course, if you go like me on the side, that's for the next part. So now we need to start actually talking about balance and how to keep a wheelie going for longer than just 3 or 4 meters and just failing. So you're gonna start actually using the brakes here, mainly the rear one. So you probably find it harder like getting to your balance point. So firstly, I recommend you looping out a few times. That means that you're gonna start on attack position, like I said, lean back, start pedaling, and you're gonna go like this. So that means going as far back, looping out. I'm gonna do that a few times now, so you get used to where is the balance and where you actually start falling on your back. So be careful to throw out your legs here, so you don't want to fall on your back. Now, when you're actually going to start falling back, you're going to try to lightly tap the brake. That means going like this and tapping your brake, which will prevent you from falling on your back. Start doing that a few times, like practice your balance. When you feel like you're going down, your front wheel goes down, try to pedal a few times. It might help, and just try to practice that a few times now. Okay, so the fourth part is keeping your balance. So what are you going to do if your bike starts leaning to the left or to the right? You're actually going to have to use your knees here. And for example, if I go in a side wheelie and I turn to the right and I start doing my balance, I'm going to throw my knee out like this as much as I can to the left. Same thing goes for the left side. If you start going, you're going to throw your knee to the right. So I'm going to demonstrate you here exactly how to do it. If you start your wheelie and you feel like you're going too much to the right, you throw your knee to the left, and you can basically keep your balance there. Especially if you have more speed, it's going to make it much more easier. I'm going to show you now a first-person view that might make it easier for you to understand exactly what I'm doing. Well, you're going to start in your attack position and just lean back on your seat and start wheeling. As you see, I'm using my legs quite a bit to actually balance myself and trying not to fall to the left or to the right. Also using my brake when I want to stop and not fall. On my back, of course. Now, something else I recommend for you to actually start like I'm doing here with some softer spots. I would not recommend like doing it near this water, but on the ground, so you don't fall when you so you actually don't hurt yourself when you fall. Forgot to add a few words there. And just practice it a lot. That's basically it. You need to practice and practice, and surely will come to you quite easily after you've done all the steps I've mentioned before. So I hoped what I've told you today actually helped you learn how to wheelie, or perhaps like get your technique better down. And after quite a while of practice and actually learning your balance point, you can also try things like throwing your hand out to the side like this and trying to learn better. Also, after quite a while, you can do this.
Oh, uite bicicletă scumpă. Suspension.